Hi everyone, welcome to New Journeys Counselling. I'm here at the Kent House B&B and I'm here for work, but I'm just taking a few days and I thought I might as well make a few videos. And what I thought I'd do for this video is to just make it a little bit different from my usual stuff. So I don't know if most of you have probably heard of, if you're from the UK anyway, you would have heard of TOWIE, The Only Way is Essex, which is a reality TV programme. Basically it's just about a group of people from Essex, and even though it sounds really boring, it can be quite entertaining and funny to watch. I don't watch it all the time, but I watch it quite often. If you're not from the UK, you're probably thinking, what's she going on about? Well, maybe go online and check it out. It's TOWIE, T-O-W-I-E, The Only Way is Essex. So anyway, because I'm a relationship counsellor and I work with couples, I thought I would make this video to talk about, just do a brief analysis of some of the couples in TOWIE. Now, it's meant to be fun, so don't think I'm taking this seriously, but I do watch the show, and I do have my own impressions of the couples in the show. So that's why I thought this would be a good video for me to make, just as a bit of fun, really. And the couples I'm going to be talking about in this video are Megan and Pete, even though they're not together anymore, Georgia and Tommy, Lockie and Yasmin, that's it, and Courtney and Miles. So all I'm going to do is, I'll try and keep it brief, but basically I'm just doing an analysis from a therapist's point of view of their relationship. You know, I'm just one person, so my opinion isn't massive. Other people might have their own views, but anyway, here goes. So Megan and Pete, I thought it was really lovely the way they got together because there was an instant attraction between them, and at the time Megan had entered the show and none of the girls liked her. She kind of was this really opinionated, strong woman. Some people might say she was a bit bitchy or whatever, but anyway, she didn't get accepted by the rest of the group, and Pete had overheard some of the girls talking about her in a derogatory way. I think they called her a dog or something else, and he stood up for her, and this was before he even knew her, but there was just something about it, he didn't feel right with it, so he stood up for her, which was really nice. She heard about it, they got together, and I think in their relationship, when I used to watch the show and you see them doing silly things together, you know, like singing along to songs in the car, being really romantic, you know, telling each other how they feel. It started really well, but then things started to go wrong. The first thing that started to go wrong was that Pete had sent some text messages that were really flirty to another girl, and that sort of broke the trust. And then he kind of was working towards getting forgiveness for this, and that she did forgive him, and Megan did, but then she couldn't put it in the past. It was kind of that thing that was always hanging over them. And the difficult thing with that, and this happens with a lot of couples, is someone cheats or is suspected of cheating, the trust is broken, but then the other person says, yeah, I'll take you back, don't worry, we'll move past it, but then they can't, they just can't. So because of that, it had an impact on their relationship, and anyway, they didn't last. They ended up splitting up. They got into this period of just having rows when they saw each other. Their friends were divided, but what's really positive about their story is that even though they'd been through all of that, they ended the series with them on a civil note, positive towards each other. They also were still sticking up for each other, so if anyone said a bad word against them, even though they were exes, they still stood up for each other, which I think is really nice. I think they're a really good couple. I would say that if they went to couples therapy, I think they could easily sort out their problems, and they would make a good couple because they've got a real good connection, and it's not just physical. There seems to be a lot of love and care there. So that's them, Megan and Pete. Georgia and Tommy are the next couple. Personally, I don't like them as people, and the reason for that is because I think they get too involved in other people's relationships. I also think that even though they're opinionated and strong in their views, they come across as being a bit too bitchy with it, so they will kind of say, I'm being brutally honest, but then some really nasty things about people, and so that shows their character. But the good thing about them as a couple is that they're very strong, they're a very tight couple, and what they're doing at the moment is, because there's so many people saying, you know, what you're doing is wrong as a couple and we don't like the way you talk about people, they're united as a couple and they're saying, we don't care what anyone else thinks, forget everyone else, we've got each other. Now that can sometimes work for couples if you isolate the rest of the world and you just say we're strong, and because it gives you power, because you say, right, we've got each other, we don't need anyone else, we can be really bad and we don't care what anyone else thinks. The difficult part of that is that, say like if you have a row between the two of you, or if something doesn't work out between you, you've isolated all the other people, so maybe those people will not come back into your life. But generally they're a good couple, they speak respectfully to each other, they're going in the right direction, they've moved in together, you know, they're talking about a future together, and I think they're a really strong couple, so that's just my opinion. The next couple is Lucky and Yasmin, and they've been, I just want to say, I'm going to put this in, Lucky is my favourite male character in TOWIE. I know some people think he's like a bit of a dinosaur and a bit alpha male and he's always like aggressive, but I really like him. That's his character, that's who he is. Now, they've only been together not a long time. Now, I did a video about trust, which you'll be able to watch. I haven't uploaded it yet, but when you do. And that was sort of talking about them a little bit as well, because Yasmin, who's dating in Lucky, had a lot of issues with trust. She was dictating to him when he should come home, when he goes out. He should text her, he should do this, he should do that. He was very controlling at first, and he sort of, what was good about what he did is he voiced that to her. Now it's really, really, to me, I respect a man that says, look, I like you a lot, but this is what you're doing, I don't like what you're doing, or this is a problem. And they talked it through, and because of that now, they're stronger than ever. Even though they're probably moving really fast, because they've already moved in together, and they've only been dating 4 months, they seem to have a really strong connection, and they've got open communication, which is brilliant. To have that type of communication that they have so strong is really good. So the last couple, I'm only going to spend a few minutes on these, is Courtney and Miles. And the reason I've brought these into it is because, this is a good example of, as a woman, what not to do in a relationship. So they got together, and literally from the beginning, she's made it obvious that she actually adores him. He's on a pedestal. She's always telling him how wonderful he is. She's always saying, I'm so lucky to be with you. She tells him, I love you. And it's too much. She's come on so strong with him and made it so obvious that she loves him and that she's all in, that it's becoming annoying. And what happened is, she then texted an ex-boyfriend. Nothing happened, and she didn't do anything except send a text. He got really angry, ended the relationship over it. She begged, pleaded, her friends went up to him and said, you know, she's really missing you. She's not eating, she's not sleeping, she's crying, poured it all on. She kept going after him, wanting him back. She's now got him back, but when you see them together as a couple, it's like he has all the power in that relationship, and she still can't hold back. She literally is always... I know it's nice to sort of be lovey-dovey with someone, but she doesn't get the balance right. Like, she doesn't give him a chance to say anything nice, because she's always like just piling it on with, oh, I really love you, oh, you're so gorgeous, oh, you're so handsome, oh, I'm glad we're back together. And all I want to say really is that as a man who's in a relationship, he wants a challenge, and I think the only thing I would say to her is that you need to appreciate your worth, Courtney, and you know, you're both together, you're both on the same level. There's not, you're sort of putting yourself down in terms of like saying that he's up here, and to keep him, you've got to just keep going on and on and on, telling him how wonderful he is. Men will get bored of that as well. So that's my brief analysis. I hope you might look at this and think, what's she going on about? You know, she's talking about a reality TV show, she's a therapist. But this was a bit of fun because it is one of my favourite shows. Leave your comments, tell me what you think. Maybe you can do your own analysis of a show that you like and look at some of the couples in there. I hope you found this useful, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again on another video. Thank you. Bye.